Welcome to chapter 8 of the book of First Chronicles. More names. This one we have the genealogy of Benjamin and other names. I was thinking about it right before I began to do this one a few minutes ago. I was thinking, all these names, these people, you're going back 3,000 years. These people, imagine if your name was still mentioned 3,000 years from now. That would be in the 3,000 years, that would be 2021, 3,000, 4,000, 5,021, and they mentioned your name, Harry Jones or Mary Smith, in a book. I mean, that's pretty amazing, really, when you think about it, that somebody's name could be read for that period. That's the power of God's Word, the Bible. People make fun of the Bible. They don't like it, think it's all a bunch of stories and myths, but it's been around for thousands of years. Millions, or maybe billions of people have lived their life according to God's Word, the Bible. And it's pretty amazing writing by over, 20 to 30 authors of the Bible. It wasn't written by one person, as we see books like the Quran and the the Mormon, whatever it's called, the Book of Mormon, I guess. They were written by apparently one person, and I'm not going to get into whether anything about them. I really don't care. But the Bible, nothing compares to the Bible. Nothing's been around this long, this type of detail that is not obviously fairy tales of some sort where animals become gods and so forth, like one religion has. I think most of their gods are all animals. The creation is the God of these people, not the creator of these animals. With that, we'll go into the genealogy here and all these names. And Veniamin engendered Vale, his firstborn, again, and then Asviel, the Thevteros, the second, Deuteronomy, and Ara, the Tritos, 3. And we mentioned how Prototokos, Jesus was the firstborn of Mary, and there was a second and a third, and so forth. Then Nuah, the fourth, Rapha, the fifth. And the sons of Vale were Adar, and Girah, and Aviud, and Avisue, and Naaman, and Lod, and Girah, and Sepham, and Luram. These are the sons of Lod. These are the rulers, archontes, of the Patrion, the families, dwelling in Gava'ah. And they resettled them into Manahath. Now, I don't know who the they resettled who are the they and who are the them are here. The rulers, somebody else. Who are they, the people, or the rulers, or the them? And Naaman, and Achiah, and Girah, he resettled them. Well, here we go. I guess we find out who they says they resettled them, but then he resettled them here. And he engendered Uzzah. And that's we're talking about Ahud. I don't know if it makes a whole lot of difference today. And he engendered Azah and Ehud. And Seorim engendered in the plain of Moab to the east of the Dead Sea, after the ejecting them by him. Husim, other people that were moved around, Varah, his wives. And he engendered from Hodes, his wife, Eovav, and Savia, and Misa, and Melchom, and Joaz, and Sechiah, and Marmiah. These were his sons, rulers of the families. And by Meosim, engendered Avitob and Eliphaal. And the sons of Eliphaal were Aber and Mesoam and Samid, who built Ono and Lod and her towns, and Variah and Shema. These are rulers of the families of the ones dwelling in Ailon. These drove out the ones dwelling in Gath. That would be the Philistines. And their Adelphi brothers, Shashak, Sisak, and Erimoth, and Zavadiah, and Arad, and Adar, and Mikael, and Easphah, and Eoka, sons of Variah, and Zavadiah, and Mesulam, and Ezeki, and Aver, and Easimari, and Eazliah, and Eovab, sons of Aliphal, and Eachim, and Zechri, and Zevdi, and Eloneh, and Salathi, and Eliel, and Adaiah, and Varaiah, and Samarath, sons Semai, and Ishphan, and Adar, and Eliel, and Adon, and Zechri, and Anan, and Ananiah, and Elam, and Anathothah, and Ephadhiah, and Phanuel, son Sisak, and Samsari, and Saraiah, and Otholiah, and Ersiah, and Eliah, and Zechri, sons Eram. These were rulers, archontes of the Patrion, according to their genesis, the beginnings, or the generations. Get different words for that word, genesis. The archi is a chief, architect, archaeologist, chief. These dwelt in Jerusalem, and in Gavaon dwelt Patir Gavaon, and Onoma, the name of his Geneki wife, was Maachah, and his son, the firstborn, was Abdon, and Sur, and Kis, and Vael, and Nadab, and Gedor, and his brothers, and Sechri, and Makadoth, and Makadoth engendered Samaah, for also these dwelt over against their Adelphon, that should have been highlighted, in Jerusalem with their brothers. Another one should have been highlighted. I guess I must have stopped there. And Ner engendered Kish, and Kish engendered Saul. This is King Saul. And we'll be going into that in the 10th chapter. One more chapter of names, chapter 9, and then we'll go into Saul. And Saul engendered Jonathan, and Melchisue, and Aminadab, and Ishvaal. And the sons of Jonathan, Merival, and Merival engendered Micah. And the sons of Micah, now I had different English spellings on these. I have to check them out and fix one of them. It was Pithon, and Melech, and Tharaah, and Ahaz. And Ahaz engendered Eodah, and Eodah engendered Alameth, and Asmoth, and Zamvri, and Zamvri engendered Musa, and Musa engendered Vanah, Rapha, his son, Eleasah, his son, Asiel, his son, and to Asiel 6 sons, and these are their names: as Rekam, for Prototokos, and Ishmael, Sariah, Abdiah, Anan, and Asa. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, his sons. But the firstborn, so see there's more. All these were sons of Asiel, and the sons of Asek, his brother, Ulam, his firstborn, and Eus, the Thevteros, the second, Eliphalet, the third, and the sons of Ulam, mighty men in strength, stretching the toxon. Toxology, study of poisons, comes from this toxon because the earlier usage of the bow and the arrow were poisonous to kill the animals, or people, I guess. And they were mighty in strength, stretching the bow and multiplying sons and sons of the sons, 150. In all these sons of Benjamin. Probably one of the shorter chapters that I'll have done. Next chapter, chapter 9, the genealogy of the tribes that were in Jerusalem, more names, and then after, like I mentioned, after that we'll come to King Saul. Hope you continue with us in chapter 10. Until then, God bless.